Welcome everyone to June 21st, 2020, onlinemonastery.com. It feels more like a monastery every day for sure. This is officially lesson, it's meditation 6, but it's lesson 5. Okay, so we're at lesson 5, meditation 6. There are no PDF documents online at the time of this recording, but there will be for those who are moving ahead with this through recordings. If you are, which the majority of you will be, because I just have a group of, right now there's 31 people here. It's Father's Day, happy Father's Day, and that's obviously significant. Someone else said, if it is, if you think it is. And then someone said it's also the weekend of this solstice and eclipse. So it's interesting timing for sure. I went to get tonight's class started. Every Sunday before class, once I feel inspired, this kind of spirit starts saying, it's time. I'm like, okay, I'll follow. And it's like how it always goes, like, write this book. This is force that compels me to, you might say channel. I don't like that word. There's a lot of meanings, but it's not unrealistic to use the word channel, right? That the information comes through me and I share it, and that's all that's really happening now. So I'm honored to be here. But when I sat down to start the class today, I started uploading the files, and that just it wasn't an error, but it just didn't go smooth. I'm like, okay. And then I go and I open the file folders for all the lessons in the Word documents, and the lesson for this isn't there. And like, all right, and I check all my hard drive files. Nope. I check all my online cloud files. Nope. No, I mean, I'll just have it for next week. So practically speaking, no big deal. But it made me stop and pause for a moment. And I said, all right, that's not how it's meant to come through tonight, obviously. So how's it meant to come through? We still doing the class? And then I was like, oh, it's Father's Day. Maybe that's why people are slow in getting into attendance or not being here at all. And then it just started becoming more apparent that I want to get on the cushion. Not even I want to, it's just I'm going to get on the cushion. I'm going to move into the deepest meditative state, invite you to go there with me. And the initiation on this meditation will just happen that way. It's how it happened to me. Nobody handed me a workbook, right? Nobody taught me all about sacred geometry and ascending and descending. It was just happening to me. And if there's a word for what's happening, I would gently use the word rape. Sorry, it's not the nicest word. People misunderstand it sometimes. But when you're being invaded by God, you don't have a choice. When you're being made love to by God, you surrender to that. So the stuff we're getting into is really more powerful than I ever would have guessed, because I see what it's doing to me during this time. And therefore, I know if you keep doing it, I know it will happen to you. So I'm giving you a little bit of a warning almost. You don't have to you don't have to move forward with this in this way. But I can tell you, if you go through tonight's class, it will change you forever. And I think for the better. I know I've changed, I believe, for the better. And it's largely because of this, not only this, because there's so much more going on in the universe, but these are the core lattices, if you will, the core geometric structures of all that is. This is, I don't feel that I'm doing anything but being me and speaking the truth. And I believe it fits with all modern science. I believe it fits with epigenetics and quantum physics and E8 theory. That's the really cool thing to research right now. Beyond string theory is E8. It's filled. I took that stuff off the website right now because I don't want to. The website is very sacred. We're going to do a little screen share of the website right now, kind of as the initiation into it. And it will be kind of hypnotic, honestly. Most of you know I'm a pretty well accomplished hypnotherapist, so I kind of know what I'm doing with that. Just so you know, like this, I will suck you into this experience tonight. Um, I don't know exactly what tonight will look like, but I can tell you it'll change you forever. So, what can I say? My intentions are only of the highest. And one thing I'll say, and being radically honest, transparent, open, is I've gotten really good at understanding sales funnels. And secret to wealth is sales funnels. You capture a lot of people, you start bringing them to a funnel, then there's less people, but a certain number go through, and they get spit out on the other side. And you could use that in negative ways, I'm sure. I don't know, because I don't do that. But I know everybody that comes through my sales funnel comes to know who they truly are. You go through the Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy, You're going to be blessed with life mastery teachings, with sacred geometry teachings, with a career that can make you over $100,000 per year. You're going to be led into teachings on healing and enlightenment and miracles, and it will radically transform you. It'll clear all of your emotional blocks. I watched that unfold in my life. That same mechanism is here, but I'm going to say this is even more direct, although it doesn't actually give you an overt career through a state licensed school as a hypnotherapist. But a lot of you obviously heard about this work through the Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy. So it's all sacred. This is, I would just say, to me, the spiritual essence of that work. But this work is the core geometrical structure of that work, like the whole corporate structure, which is deeply embedded with spiritual sacred principles, is unfolding in that work. So I know how to guide people through into my experience, into my heart, if you will, and that's sacred. And then no, I won't say spit you out the other side. I wouldn't say that. Yet, I'm here to guide you to prosperity, joy, peace, freedom, adventure, wonder. I went paragliding yesterday. It had been a while because of COVID, but there's a place in California here we can fly where we can still maintain social distancing. So I'm a little beat up, but not all safe, all good. Just it's hard. It's when you're kiting your wing in the ground, controlling your wing, which you have to learn to do really well. So I just pull up kind of badass and pull out my wing. There's all these beginners out there, and I'm just kiting around all the beginners, controlling the wing beautifully, and then just like landing, flying really, just like, levitating over, the cliff edge, then flying up above and flying behind. It's just so gorgeous. So I do that for you, so I can feel the bliss and joy of that. So I'm gonna, when I do the website share in a moment, I think I'm just gonna share that with you so you can get some sense of what it really means to me, and then I'll offer warnings. 2 warnings tonight. Paragliding is not safe. You can get seriously hurt, paralyzed, or die. So don't let me influence you to do that, please. It's a really, I was thinking of never mentioning it again because it's not safe. But I want to inspire you. And also, I don't know what this path will do for you personally if you keep going, but I do know you'll be glad like more than glad, when you go through the whole journey. So that's my introductory words. I think I said everything else that's important to get started. And let me just say, if anybody is watching this far, and if you haven't done lessons 1 to 4, then please just go back and do them. Just start at the beginning. You can watch this, but it's okay, but you should go through the lesson starting from the beginning for sure. I know that there's no harm that comes from this, but I'm giving you warnings that it will radically transform you. And again, like for who you really are, it'll just unfold you. It can't cause harm because you are phenomenal. Somebody said, would you have a description of the pelvis movement you shared with us last Sunday? Something I could use to guide me through practicing that again. I believe what's going to come through tonight, welcome, I won't say names at this point, but happy Father's Day as well. I won't say, no, okay. I don't know exactly how tonight will unfold once I get on the cushion, but I promise to get my ego out of the way, and then the rest is just spirit. So we'll trust that that's good, and that'll be how I'll let the system be initiated tonight. And it is an initiation, so it's sacred, and initiation is powerful. Initiations will change you forever. Okay, and really, it's if you just trust me at this point, I know that where I'm guiding you is so beautiful that it's worth the price of admission. And right now, I'm not asking for anything, right? In A Course in Miracles, it teaches love is incapable of asking for anything. So I've asked nothing of you guys. I said you can volunteer and help out a little with the online monastery.com project if you want, but I'm not asking for anything. And I hope that helps you to get a sense that it's safe, right? Like nobody has negative intentions in any way. The intentions are so high, actually, you might find it to be too good to be true. You might say, I couldn't possibly be that free and that prosperous and that happy and that healthy and that much mastery over myself. But that's what we're talking about. So I know I don't have to sell you on anything, but in a sense, it's a sales funnel, but this is not towards anything financial, at least not for the core group going through it right now. If I monetize it, honestly, if you're like, wait, but he's charging money now for it, it's only to get it back out, right? That's how I can advertise it, is charge for it, but I'm not charging the core group who's going through right now, and I never will. I'll take you guys through all the lessons, and I think there'll be bonus lessons, like additional teachings that are important that aren't in the core lessons. And that will, that'll go as long as it does. Yet, I just want everybody to know there's no financial motivation here, and the money that comes in gets dumped right back in, just a promotion. And that's how sales funnels work. So 10 come in, you put the 10 back out, 100 come in. You put the 100 out, 1,000 come in. You put 1,000 back out, 10,000 come in or more. So the idea in finances is every dollar I spend on advertising, in this case, comes back to me tenfold. So any money that's made from this is meant to go back to promote it. And here's one of the big secrets I want to share. And this is like tonight is a big deal for me, for you. So whenever I say, I really mean. A sales funnel can be the solution for eliminating poverty and sickness and pain. So when you graduate this course, I thought about it today, it's evolving. It'll say certified bodhisattva, I'm pretty sure, on your certificate that I'll be joyfully getting out to you. And as a certified Anahat meditation teacher, I would think you're a bodhisattva, which is everything that comes back to you, you just give. It's law of giving and receiving, and it's the secrets to prosperity and wealth. So again, but you get that idea globally. And A Course in Miracles, it teaches how many teachers of God are required to heal the world for the atonement of all beings. And it says one dear teacher, just one. You don't necessarily know what that means yet, but it's true. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying I know what it means yet either. But I've taken that, the idea of the atonement, the at-one-ment, when we all come together again in love and bliss and peace and joy and everything this, and know ourselves as children of God and rejoice in the collective oneness of the sonship where there's no more suffering and pain. That's the atonement. We're part of that. And this is a sacred initiation into doing that work. You are the light of the world, right? You are precious beyond what you can even imagine. If you haven't unfolded who you are yet, then you have no idea how just beautiful and lovable and powerful and amazing you are, regardless of what anybody else told you. I'm seeing clients now, and I see the opposite of that, and these are pretty healthy, functional people. But when you're filled with negative beliefs, negative emotions, your heart is closed, your chakras are closed, you're in your own nightmare, you're in a hell, and it doesn't have to be that way. So let's forget about that. That's really dark. It's totally separate from the light of who you are. You're not separate from the light of who you are. But the wounds and the pain people have are really the problem, people, because I know these videos can be out there for all of humanity now to say, your mind is the problem. The way you deal with your emotions is the problem. Just talking to humanity right now. So like just open your heart, breathe, clear the emotional blocks, and what's left is precious and divine. And that's what this system unfolds. And it will unfold your purpose, by the way. So that's one of the warnings. If you want to feel compelled to have to do something to be of service to others that makes you really good money, sorry. When you go through the hypnotherapy school, instituteofhypnotherapy.com is our main website. It's a little promotion in the midst of the spiritual channeling or whatever. As you go through that, the intention is to continually bless you and to give you this awesome career that makes your life really prosperous. Like we have graduates driving luxury cars, and it's beautiful. I'll just say, because whatever. One of my cars is a Jaguar F-Type black coupe, so sexy, and that thing is just too fast. And I drove that yesterday to go paraglide on the coast here in California, and I'm like, my life is so freaking awesome. My life is I live in a treehouse in the mountains, and I meditate all day, and I do yoga, and I bliss out in God, and then I drive my sexy Jaguar to the beach where I paraglide with my buddies. And like, you can make an amazing life for yourself. And when the Anahat system unfolds who you are, when all those flowers blossom inside of you, you're very powerful. And if you come from good, you bless others, you're blessed back. So the certification in this training is, so here's the thing, and I'll finish that sentence. You're here to bless others, but while you're not doing the blessing thing, you have to do the forgiving thing. But when forgiveness, which is the means for the atonement, comes to completion, there's no one to forgive anymore. There's no more vows or blocks because forgiveness has done its purpose. Then you'll say, well, what do I do with that inner mechanism? Well, I became a habit to forgive. This is what Oh, by the way, for those of you who are here live, tomorrow night, same meeting room, which is where I do the Monday night Conscious Community class. Tomorrow night we'll be doing Course in Miracles. So not official, so I don't usually say names, but I'm not gonna say names, somebody from last time said, will you please teach a Course in Miracles again? I'm like, I can't, I want to, I can't do a whole nother 2-hour course each week. Yet tomorrow night will be an introduction to Course in Miracles in the same meeting room, this room, 7 o'clock Eastern time, Monday night. So Course in Miracles. All right, back to the idea. There's an idea we were on that we're not gonna lose. It has to do with the certified bodhisattva theme and A Course in Miracles. That thought went away, but it'll come back. All right, so you're welcome. All right, great. Forgiveness, thank you. Okay, so thank you. Forgiveness is, see where it's minds are joined is what Course in Miracles teaches, and the internet is showing us that minds are joined. So forgiveness leading to the atonement, to the one-ment, and the real deep teaching there. So you're here to bless. So once you, thank you, the thought that's so worth getting, and it's happened to me. I was meditating in the Colorado Rockies, right? And I live in the top of a mountain now. So mountains are sacred. The holy name of God in Judaism, one of the holy names of God in Judaism for mountains, the God of the mountains is El Shaddai. And as you like rock that energy of God, like they would say in the Hebrews said, our God is a God of the mountains. And, you know, again, I live up at 5,000 feet above the clouds most of the time. I literally meditate above the clouds most of the time. I come down, you know, like very rarely into humanity anymore. And I'm living in an online monastery with a cathedral ceiling on the top of a mountain. Like your mind is so powerful. This is my life, which I'm only sharing with you just to give you a sense of where all this could go for you. You being your most glorious, angelic self, your truest self, which is in any spiritual tradition, that's the goal. And in A Course in Miracles, it says it's the most practical thing to do. All prosperity and abundance and blessings follow because what's left is you bless. So I was actually, I'm going to say this, I was founding a physical Anahant monastery in the Colorado Rockies. I was living on 75 acres of land donated by one of our students. I'm not sure how that's panning out, but there was a reason I sat on a piece of 75 acres of land, cleaning the land as a steward of the land for 2 months when I'm about, I don't know, 44, 43 years old. I'm in the middle of the Colorado Rockies, meditating, expecting students to arrive. Like, what kind of crazy person does that? But that's what was happening. There's this gorgeous little temple there, a little church, and maybe I'll show you guys a picture someday, and this big statue of Christ, and I'm meditating there, realizing like, forgiveness as a mechanism is over now. There's nothing to forgive. There's just pure peace and bliss and oneness and love and sacred geometry, and the whole temple I'm building there, I'm literally mapping it out on the earth, is based on the 6-pointed star and the tree of life. I'm like, whoa, what crazy person does this? You know, why am I doing this? As I'm sitting there meditating during that time, what came to me very clearly is once the mechanism of forgiveness is complete, when you've accepted the atonement fully for yourself, then all you're here to do is bless. So in a sense, that's where this path is going, but what will unfold inside of you personally is who you really are. And sometimes that's hard to grasp because you are so much bigger than any possible label, right? And I've been really careful not to ever label myself in any way, not on any chakra level, right? So who am I as a being of love? Who am I as a sexual being? Who am I as a spiritual being? No limitations, right? It's total freedom. So again, as we know, a lot of Anahat deals with sexual energy. Careful, sacred, honor it. It's easy to make mistakes, and yet you're just forgiveness right back to now. But don't misuse any of this stuff, right? So we're going to go on a little journey, unless there's any other questions, but there aren't, and I'm going to just run with that because I appreciate it. Not that I want to answer them later and spend all evening with it, but let's jump in. We're going to do a little screen share. Just a sec. Isn't that good public speaking? All right. Okay, Anahant meditation website. I'm going to keep my image smaller because the messenger is more importante. In fact, let's shut it. All right, so the Matthew guy is important right now. I invite you, and it is an invitation, to stare at the very center of the screen. You have a left and a right. And right at the center is the Anahat meditation image. There's 12 petals. Each of the sacred geometry symbols for each meditation are there. And the center of that is a circle. Just focus, Sanyam power. You know how to meditate with eyes open for a reason. 6-pointed star in the circle. Now it's a fractal. You're zooming into the middle. There's another Anahat chakra symbol right in the center. 12 petals. Circle. Triangle right in the center. Focus right in the center. There's a hexagon there. The 6-pointed polygon. Yet the hexagram is the 6-pointed star. Keep your awareness at the very center, but expand out a little bit to the larger star so you can see it better, and see an ascending and a descending triangle. Ascending, descending, heart-centered, ascending, descending, heart-centered. Hold your attention right in the center. Ascending, descending, see it heart-centered. See that there's a core central channel connecting the 12 o'clock position and the 6 o'clock position. See the shoulders at the level of the top of the descending triangle. But stare at the center. Don't use the glyphs on the left or the right yet. Just stare at the center. There's the tailbone at the base of the descending triangle. And there's your heart in the middle. Hara. See it on the screen. Just when I say the word, you just go there. Hara. Right? That's the base of the descending triangle. In that space below the ascending triangle, the pelvic girdle. Heart. You go right to the center. Head. You go right to the top of the ascending triangle. Right? So it's kind of hypnotic, right? Hara. Heart. Head. And feel it in your own body now. Breathe below your hara. Heart. Head. And slow down a little if you're really, and eventually you'll really feel what that is, if you don't yet. Notice how there's a left and right side. It's masculine and feminine. The ascending triangle is often seen as masculine. The descending triangle is often seen as feminine. Right, left, masculine, feminine, solar, lunar. Now let your attention go up to where it says, welcome to the Anahat teachings. Look at the N of Anahat. You're transcending now, above, beyond the beyond. Yet the fractal is there. It's a flower, it's an unfolding of who you are. Look at right where it says Ana. Ah is the divine outpouring of light, sound, geometry. Every kind of vibration exists once that occurs, yet and then ah. So now you're contemplating the Trinity, God beyond the beyond, God in the beyond state, the divine mind of God, Father, Mother, God, the son-daughtership. The sonship is, of Course in Miracles calls it, but it's masculine, feminine, son, daughter, solar, lunar, and what's known as the Holy Spirit, or the divine mind of God. So you're focusing on the highest now, and you're that. You're that sacred being. Your identity is that sacred being. You're a child of God, not a body, spirit. This is you, where it says Anahat. This is the acknowledgement of you as spirit in manifestation now into form. And then you drop down to the center of the screen again, Anahata chakra. At the very center is the heart, is the star. Zoom right into the center again, heart. The heart is Anahata. It's pure love. It's pure love. So it's only love. At the center is only love. This is, I didn't realize this until today, so I reserve the right to be wrong. This is the feminine version of the tree of life that you're looking at. You can see the masculine tree of life in here. For those who have eyes to see, let them see. You can see that in here, yet this is, the tree of life is very masculine with its straight lines. But this contains the tree of life. And I'll teach you guys about that in the future. In the very center, Tiparath, at the heart, Tiparath is the center of the tree of life. And its energy is beauty, not just love, beauty. The center of your being is beauty. So breathe into your heart chakra right now when you focus on the screen at the very center. Tiparath, beauty. Anahata, pure, consciousness, pure existence, pure bliss manifesting into form. Through all the sacred geometries, through all the light, all the sound, manifesting macrocosmically into the whole universe, spiraling galaxies, cosmic consciousness, the Big Bang, which is still banging. This sound in the center is Anahat Shabd, a silent light, unstruck sound, the bell vibrating, invited to ring into creation. This is creation, manifesting into an ever-evolving, transmigrating, holographic, multi-dimensional universe. And thou art that. Now look to your left, the image over to the left. Look at the straight lines. Those are masculine. Look at the curved lines. Those are feminine. Yin, yang, manifesting into your human form. So you're looking at the body on the left. Yet the body is the byproduct of the grids. The grids are emanating a body, not the other way around. The grids emanate the body. The grids align and heal the body. The grids perfect the body. When there's no blockages, the body is perfected. Healthy, strong, flexible, balanced, clear. Simply a communication device. A beautiful communication device. Now look to the right. Notice the straight lines predominate. But notice the circle around the body from tailbone to crown, crown to tailbone, center at the heart, ascending, descending. See the triangles, ascending, descending, ascending, descending. Notice the head circle, the heart circle, and the hara circle are the same size. Focus on the heart of the picture on the right. Think masculine. Focus on the picture of the left. Think feminine. Look at the imagery below. The right picture is darker and has straight lines, masculine. The left, feminine. One of our students made that video for us. There's no coincidences. It was a woman's energy who helped make the image on the left. It was my energy that helped. Well, this is my energy. Yeah, it's your energy. Now look right in the very center of the screen again. And Anahata chakra, the symbol that has our 12 meditation images on it, the clock idea. In the center of that is the other star. Go right to the center. And the idea is that you are created in the image and likeness of God, a spirit, manifesting, flowering, blossoming into form. Look down at the very bottom now. It says, I am Adama. I am Adam. I am masculine. I am Adama. I am feminine. Notice how it's down where the sexual energy is. And remember meditation. Let's go to meditation 1, descending. But just look at the bottom of the descending triangle of the center glyph. It's the second medium-sized one. We have the very small one at the heart, the very center. And then there's a larger one that connects all the meditation symbols. So focus on meditation 1, descending where the hara is. Focus on the heart. And then focus on ascending, the circle at the top. What would be a circle? It's called the ascending, yeah, there are words for these. Ascending upper triangle. It's a smaller triangle at the top of the ascending triangle. It's your third eye point region. So think meditation 1, and go to the hara in that image, the lower descending triangle. Meditation 2 at the heart. Meditation 3 at the head. Here we connect the spirit again in the ascent. Enjoy for a moment. You're ascending, connecting with God. You can do this with eyes open. That's part of why we meditate that way. You're transcending now, not just ascending, but transcending beyond space, beyond time. Follow Om home, follow geometries home, follow light and sound home. Right in the center where it says Anahat again. Pure spirit. Son, daughter of God, goddess, all that is. God, goddess, all that is. And then when incarnation happens, the descent happens. You come down, you see the center glyph again. And at the very bottom, I am Adama. You're descending. We're embracing the human. This is a sexual being. Yet we're coming down as descents of the divine light and love. We're only here to be helpful. We're only here to be of service. And as you come right very down to the sexual energy, I am Adam. I am Adama. For meditation 4, after we embrace the sexual energy, inhale and pull it up your spine back to your head. And close your eye. Close your eye. And let the descending triangle kick in. Let it move down from above. Let the infinite light of God, goddess, all that is, pours down into your body. Amma, Abba, Radha, Krishna, Sita, Ram, which is masculine, feminine. Connect to it in your own way. You're inviting in the presence of the divine, the sacred, the holy. This is onlinemonastery.com, and monasteries, it's holy, it's sacred, it's sanctified. You are being sanctified. The light pours down into you. You are amongst the ministers of God. You are a teacher of God. You have a mighty purpose, and no one else can do that but you. Yet you're part of something much bigger, and you're not alone. Let the light descend in, and it's clearing all the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. You joyfully surrender all your blocks. You don't need them anymore. Fear is unjustified in any form. Just let the light descend down. Breathe below your navel now. Pulling the light into the body, breathing below the navel. Meditation 1, descending. Keep focus on Yang power, concentrated power. Breathe, you can count. Do whatever you do, but breathe and count, or do what you do, but descend. But you're incarnating. You're coming fully back into your body. Stop trying to escape. Whether it's your last lifetime or not, whatever, it's your sacred duty to be of service and to be rewarded for doing so. Law of giving and receiving. Just give, 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 and it comes back to you 100-fold. Give that 100-fold, it comes back to you 1,000-fold. So just to send all this light into you, knowing you're the light of the world, you're meant to give this. You. They're meant to give you to the world. Now inhale up to your heart and open your heart to only love. At the heart, only love for all beings, not just for one person, all beings. And only compassion. You never, ever, ever cause harm. You're pure love. Just breathe into your heart. I am pure love. Meditation 2, heart-centered. I am pure love. You're focused, which is meditation 1. You're embracing human, the spirituality of incarnation. And yet your heart is open to only love. Inhale, ascend, only love, up to ascending, meditation 3. Embracing, ascending, with both eyes on God, source, consciousness, light, home, Father, Mother, God, Spirit, consciousness, peace, bliss, the beloved. Just go beyond the beyond, going, 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 going. The mantra that ends the Heart Sutra of Buddhism, the Heart Sutra of Buddhism, the Maha Prajnaparamita Heart Sutra, the great sutra, the great doctrine of transcendent wisdom. The mantra is Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. Focus in your higher chakra, ascend. Just hold your attention on ascending and perhaps repeat in your mind if you want while breathing up there. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. Focusing on the higher chakras, the mantra means gone, gone, gone beyond the beyond. Hail the goer, praise the one who goes. Glory be to the one who goes. Gone, gone, gone beyond the beyond, hail the goer. Just ascend, just let everything else go, ascend. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. All the sanyam attention is on pure consciousness, pure light, pure bliss, pure peace, pure concentration, pure mantra. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswaha. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bharati Swaha Rajnahar Sutra. They sing that sutra in every Zen monastery, in every Zen temple and center, every Zen center in the world. Now take that light, that awareness, the purity of that mantra of your pure being, and go to your heart. Only love. There's a descending triangle that goes right down to your heart. Descend all that goodness into your heart, only love. Let it drop down below your navel, only love. Incarnate and go all the way down to your sexual energy now. Meditation 4. Sexual energy. It's unavoidable, people. You can't descend into human and not be sexual. You can seal it off if you want and try to forget it, but it will always be there. Yet, how pure can it be now? And pure doesn't avoid wild and fun and pleasurable and adventurous, but it's pure. No issues there. It's all forgiven. It's only love. It's all always love. It was always love. It is love. It will always be love. So this is why we never misuse it, because it's very powerful. Just be with it for a moment. All the energy is going right down into the sexual energy. It doesn't really mean anything. Yet the energies that remain in your purity are consciousness. I'm going from top down, consciousness. Pure vision, the vision of oneness, the vision of who you really are. 6th chakra. Crown chakra is spirit. Pure, 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 pure. Pure light, pure consciousness, pure peace. Soul, spirit, child of God, down to the 3rd eye. Pure vision. Yog darshan, the vision of oneness. And your purpose, your mission, who you really are as a child of God. Down to your throat, pure expression. You're here to express love and light, truth and goodness, integrity and honesty. You're here to teach love and only love. Down to your heart, only love. Just feel your heart chakra exploding open with pure love. The pure fulfillment inside of an open heart that's only love. Nothing else. It's pure, only love. And that light's burning away every blockage inside of you now as you sleep, as you breathe, as you dream. You can't stop it because it's God. And down below your navel, lower your rib cage, relax your sternum, chin in a little bit. Go down to your solar plexus, pure power. Nourish your kidneys. Feel your kidneys, your low back. Soften your belly, breathe below your navel. Let's descend. The 3rd chakra is personal power, confidence. Breathe confidence. No more low self-esteem. Confidence. 3rd chakra, high self-esteem. Self-assured. Secure within yourself. Powerful. You're not powerless. Stop it. You're not powerless. You're not trapped. You're free. You are free. Forgive that idea. Forgive. You know who you are. Forgive the idea that you're powerless. Let go of your anger. Let go of your sadness. Let go of your fear. Stop the guilt thing now. It does stop because you choose to forgive. And the hurt and the sadness and the fear and the anger and the guilt, the jealousy, the shame, the disgust, all that stops. Buddha was once sitting meditating under a tree, and a very upset man came walking by and was mumbling out loud. And Buddha was sitting there, and the pure repose of enlightened bliss. And he said, disgusting, repulsive. And Buddha looked up and said, dear sir, there's nothing disgusting. There's nothing repulsive. Now take a breath and drop down below your navel. You're beautiful. You're a child of God. You're completely forgiven. And you accept forgiveness for yourself. And below your navel is pleasure. With your tailbone, as you go into the lower chakras, pleasure. So what is the energy descending down into us? Consciousness, conscious energy, bliss, love, power, and pleasure. Just breathe and feel good. Stop the other stuff. You've confused pleasure and pain. Pleasure is pleasure. Your body is pleasurable. It's delicious. You are beautiful and delicious on every level. Just be that and breathe below your navel. And breathe into the sexual energy, meditation 4, descending to sexual energy. But love it. You're a self-contained feedback loop of pleasure. They called Rumi a constantly self-transforming divinized master. This is onlinemonastery.com. You are in a monastery now, and you are bringing the divine love to your sexual energy. Now let your head go up a little, chin goes up, and inhale that energy up your back core central channel to your head. Exhale, circulate it around in your brain, and fill your brain with brilliance and genius. Thoughts of prosperity and abundance. Inhale. I'm pulling the sacral pump. I'll teach it more later. Cranial pump. I'm sealing Mula Bandha. I'm sealing Uddiyana Bandha. I'm still sitting in my office chair. My hands have formed Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching. I'll show you exactly what it's doing. It's not traditional, but mudra is spontaneously formed. And energy is going up the spine. My head is back, my chin is up, and I'm pulling all that pleasure and bliss up to God. Through my open heart is love. I'm more aware of ascending triangle energetics now. The sexual energy, the Kundalini, is rushing up all the chakras, but for now, just breathe it up the back. Exhale, circulate in the head. A few times, just breathing from sexual energy up to crown. Exhale, circulate it through the 6th chakra level, third eye and occipital lobe. Third eye and occipital lobe, the very back of your head, your inion is. I can explain the bony protuberance at the back of your skull. That whole area, your occipital lobe, fronts and backs of the 6th chakra. Chakras 2 through 6 have fronts and backs and centers and left and right. Find the center. And let's breathe up the core central channel together. Pulling the sexual energy up your body to spirit. Exhale, just give it to God. And surrender and let it go. It is what it is. But it's nice. When it's healed, it's really nice. You deserve to be at peace with your sexuality now. The ultimate goal of your sexual energy is just peace. It doesn't have to be conflicted anymore. It's just pure pleasure. And it's infused now with pure love and the purity of spirit. Just keep pulling it up to the third eye region. Okay, we're going to keep it there for a moment, and we're going to transition back to, it seems abrupt, but just following the energy. I'm going to get on the cushion very soon, so you can do whatever you do to stay comfortable. I've opened my eyes. I'm going to stop screen. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay, I invite you to open your eyes and hold exactly where you're at now, and then look at the screen again. Go right to the very top. Welcome to the Anahat Teachings. When you're ascended, as you are now, with the sexual energy all the way up, flowering, blossoming up to the top, the crown, we're at the top of the page, Anahat, right at the middle where the N is. The two A's. Look how they're perfectly aligned with the descending triangle. There are no accidents here. Descend in the screen down to the heart center and descend down to the tailbone region. I'm a Adama. I am Adam. I am a Adama. I am a Adama contains I am Adam. I didn't invent this. We're going down. Look at the image in the center, the skeleton. As you align your energy grids, because that's their perfect geometry right there, your spine and rib cage and everything will align with that. The perfect alignment of spine in chiropractic obviously is a good thing. We know that. And look at the perfection. It's like you're stitched together by energy manifesting your body. Your body is a pyramid. It's a vehicle. It's a vessel. It's sacred because you're a child of God. And down in the center, Yod, He, Wa, He, head, shoulders, arms, spine, torso, hips, legs, Yahweh, Yod, He, Wa, He. Let's meditate on that. Focus at your crown. Eyes are open, but we're back up to ascending. Yod. Drop down to your shoulders. Hey. Inhale down the core central channel. Wa. Exhale, hips and legs. Hey. Head. Yod. Shoulders. Hey. And arms. Wa. Down the center. Hey. Hips, pelvic region, legs. Inhale, head. Yod. So this can be your mantra if you want. Doesn't have to be. Yod. And then down. Hey. Down the arms. Wa. Hey. Just find your rhythm. Use the image on the screen to help the visual. There's a human body right in front of you. Yod. In Sanskrit, I'm sorry, in Hebrew. In Hebrew, these are called letters of fire. In Hebrew, these letters are not just sound, they are mathematics. Every letter has a corresponding number. The total number here is 72. And this is holy. This is the purity of your being. I'm a Adama. This is Metatron, the lesser Yahweh, the child of God. Letters of fire manifesting into form. This is an emanation model. It's an emergence model. And then look left. There's the Great Pyramid of Giza, starting at the bottom of the nipples, going up to the crown. At the crown is the moon. To 99.9% accuracy, the squared circle over the body where the earth is the larger middle, the inner circle, and the smaller circle at the crown is the moon, to 99.9%, 99.97% accuracy. 52-degree pyramid of the Great Pyramid of Giza, again at the nipples, up to the crown. At the very center is your heart, Anahat, precise. Look at the navel, where the hands are, the hara, and the body sitting as a pyramid, the body being the temple of spirits. I am a Adama. I am Adam. In Hebrew, this is Adam Kadmon, the child of God, but not physical, not a body. The child of God manifests the body. Look to the right. And now you're looking obviously at the bold lines in the center. And just drill that into your consciousness if you want to. See Metatron's cube over the body. That contains almost every glyph that we work with here except for the wings. In the very center is the heart. Look at all the energy goes right to the center at the heart. Energy goes up to the third eye. It descends down to the shoulders. Follow with your eyes. Inhale, look down where the hands are, hara. Exhale, it goes up to the kidneys, the base of that. These are golden triangles, not equilateral triangles. They're based on the phi ratio, the golden mean, the golden ratio, or the divine proportion, which is found in all galaxies and everything within creation, especially you, as doing the human thing. So human is sacred when we remember who we are. You are a living temple. You are a miracle made up of particles. So inhale up to the crown. Look on the screen. Exhale down to the shoulders. Inhale below the navel. Exhale to the kidneys. And slow down a little. Inhale to the crown, third eye region. Eyes are open. Exhale, look in the screen, down to your shoulders. Inhale below your navel. Exhale to your kidney region above your pelvic girdle, but starting, you can see the line in the screen. Inhale up that triangle to the third eye crown, connect the spirit. Exhale down to the shoulders to send spirit into your body. Inhale, gather the chi at the hara. Exhale up to your kidney region. All your internal organs here are bathed in this light, very healing. Inhale up through your heart, through your throat. All the chakras are engaged here to the crown. Third eye region. Exhale down to the shoulders. Soften your shoulders. Inhale below your navel. Exhale to the level of the kidneys. Inhale to the third eye. Exhale, feel in your body to the shoulders. Inhale below the navel. Exhale, kidneys. Now close your eyes. I know it's a lot of strain. I'm doing it with you. Inhale to the crown. Just keep the same habit going. Third eye. Exhale to the shoulders. Lose yourself in it. Just inhale below your navel. Descend. Exhale. Start ascending up to the kidneys. Inhale from kidneys to crown. Find the divine. Exhale down to your shoulders. Invite the divine in. Inhale, pull that energy down below your navel. We're not as focused on sexual energy right now. We're at the hara, not the base. Exhale to the kidney. Inhale, up, crown, third eye, spirit. Exhale, shoulders. Slow down, breathe. Below the navel. Kidneys. Up through the open heart. Devotional love, if you will. Up to spirit. Down to shoulders is an exhale. Inhale below the navel. Exhale at the level of the kidneys, more towards the back for now. Inhale up, kidney adrenal energy pulled up to the crown. Get all the energy from spirit. Exhale it down through your throat, heart, lungs. Your lungs are here. Benefit from this. Inhale through your open heart, through your open solar plexus, below your navel. Cultivate the energy here. It gathers. And then exhale, nourish your kidneys and adrenal. All of your internal organs, spleen, stomach, pancreas are more on the left. Liver, gallbladder more on the right. Inhale up. Head, gather pure light, healing light, pure love down to your shoulders. Open your heart. Shoulders are healing. Becoming more comfortable through your shoulders. Another inhale down below the navel through an open heart of love. Back to your kidneys. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale to your shoulders. You'll understand this the more you do it. Inhale below your navel. Exhale to your kidneys. Keep going and I'll explain a little bit more of whatever it wants me to tell you. I'm being selfish because I'm just bathing in how good it feels and not wanting to talk. So the light is descending down from above to my shoulders, and I inhale my attention up to meet it. Kind of like saying, hello, beloved, and then letting the divine beloved light move down to my shoulders and to my open heart. Inhale down below my navel. I gather and cultivate that power. Exhale it to my kidneys. I nurture my kidneys and adrenals with power, and my left and right sides there in the front. And inhale all the energy up to the crown. And it just keeps recirculating spirit. But it gets stronger every time. Love, pleasure. If you drop all the way down to the sexual energy, pleasure gets invited into it. Inhale, you can feel the sexual energy. We pull it up the ascending triangle. Exhale it down to the shoulders. Same thing, but now you can go down to the sexual energy if you want to, but you don't always have to. That's really the key of why the system unfolds this way. You don't always have to be aware of your sexual energy, but it is always there. That's why we have 4 meditations to start, and then the 5th to pull it up the spine to the crown again. Practice that. Inhale up the spine, up the back. Exhale the sexual energy at the head. Inhale sexual energy up to head. Exhale, descend it down to the shoulders. You can welcome in color if you like. Inhale, sexual energy in the hara region. Exhale, kidneys, internal organs. Inhale up through the heart, through the lungs. Head, exhale to shoulders. Open heart, inhale to sexual energy, only love. Exhale. And let's pause. So inhale to your heart. Exhale, open your heart and just expand the energy. Your heart is anahat. It's the center of ascending and descending. I recommend you always end a meditation at your heart. Again, I'm just following the energy. It seemed a bit abrupt, but it knows what it's doing. It's at the heart. Inviting you to love yourself. You must love yourself. You must forgive yourself. You never feel all this. But you will love and forgive yourself, and you will feel all this. All we're doing is speeding up your evolutionary process now. This would have happened in many thousands of years. But the miracle collapses time and is putting ideas in your being to let it happen now. To bring about fruition of who you are now. As a minister of God, as a child of God, as a son, daughter of God, as the pure light and goodness that you are now. There's nothing else. It's non-dual. There's only God and what God created. Nothing else exists. This is meaning. This is purpose. You being of service. You being here as an angel is needed now. Angels are messengers. So I invite you to embrace the real meaning of this. And you can see I gave you a little warning because once these impressions are in your psyche, they will unfold and blossom themselves. Yet you'll be pleased. And you're rewarded because you will give it away and it comes back to you in abundance. You're always provided for. While you're here, what you need will be given you to fulfill your mission. You have a mission and a purpose, and no one can do what you're going to do. Your talents, skills, abilities, training, it's all for a reason. There's a reason you have that profession. There's a reason you have a new profession. There's a reason why you went through this training or that training. Every experience you've had had led you to this moment, to understand this moment. Where you might choose to be a self-realized bodhisattva. Because there's nothing else you can do anyway. Until we're all free, the work keeps going. Until all beings are free from suffering, the work keeps going. So while you're here, you just bless everyone. And then you go, yet what you left is left for all beings to benefit from. All right, I'm gonna bow out of that moment and come back to the screen in just a sec. And then I'm gonna get on the cushion, and that was just round 1 of tonight. Then we'll go into round 2, sitting on the cushion, maybe after a little break. I just wanna show real quick on the screen, if you open your eyes. Books, The Sacred Geometry of Meditation. This is where these teachings are largely stored, along with this website. So that's where to learn this stuff from. This is, these, and then this used to be called the Journals of Michael Devane. So the Anahat Meditation System, or the Journals of Michael Devane. And these are the 2 books that really, in the covers, I'm sure, or at least this cover will change, I'm sure. This one I kind of like right now for sure. There's if you look just for a moment, if your eyes are open, the online monastery is a very subtle purple to it. It's not black. And it's helping to embrace the feminine without being overly overt about it. And then the stately nature of this font is meant to represent the elegance, the luxury, the quality, the integrity. Black represents anahat, before light, before sound, before geometry. And then here, of course, the Buddha, an enlightened being, who I could start to imagine the geometries over this body. You think Buddha's not feeling the precision? In fact, when you make a Buddha, every little measurement, you can research this if you want, the crown, everything is precise. This body here, this angle, is pure geometry, and the Buddhists know that, right? So all you have to do is wake up into who you really are. You're Buddha, right? You not just have the Buddha nature, you are the Buddha nature. Okay, let's go back to camera. That was fun. All right, how are we doing? Everybody seems to still be here. I hope you're still all alive. Happy Father's Day, whatever that means for today. Somebody said. So feel free to share. Just remember, I want to get on the cushion. Although we're fine, it's only been an hour and 15 minutes. Next time when we meet, most likely, I'm following the flow of the energy, but most likely, I will have the workbook lessons, the audio lessons available on the website. That's a good thing to follow along with, and it's kind of required if you want certification in this, that you're using those regularly, so they can carve out these channels inside of you. I hope you see now the value of just a simple trigger phase. If I say head and you're meditating, you go to spirit, heart, bam. They're just as hypnotic as trigger phrases. Para, boom, sexual energy, right? So it's like, all you have to do is think that in your mind, and you can go right there. So if I'm upset, I can just say, forgive, and that habit occurs, right? And then bless, right, or bliss, right? It's right there. Okay, so this is powerful stuff. I warned you. All right. Someone said, sometimes when I do the meditation and I get to the heart, I feel a pain on my back in the heart area. Yep. Is that just energy coming up and ready for release? There's a block. There's blocks cause pain. No blocks, no pain. So, yeah, I remember that. In my early 20s, I would meditate, like, oh, why does my back hurt? What's with that? And eventually that'll release. You might not know the content of that block. There's memories, beliefs, and emotions in there, but that will release. So you just keep breathing into it. Yesterday, I didn't show you the paragliding pictures. Yes. Yesterday, while paragliding, I landed nothing bad at all, but I was kiting a lot, which kind of hurts because the way the buckles push into your body on an advanced harness. Advanced harnesses aren't made for kiting, so I'm like, my ribs ache, and then I land a little hard. So I'm like, so there's a mild, very mild discomfort, but I'm very sensitive and subtle. So I've been sitting meditating, doing yoga, like realigning my grids and my spine because it was fine. Really, don't be worried, but it was like a little hard landing, and I tried my energy a little bit. So I've been really working to readjust all the grids. Now I don't sense any blocks anymore, honestly. And I never would say that in the past, but I'm just being honest. For months and years without really getting upset, I don't have blocks anymore. Not that it couldn't happen, but anyway, yeah. So when the system's really clear, there'll be no pain, no blocks. You don't manifest ill health. It's a body, but psychosomatic illness can exist if you don't have blocks in your psyche. So that's a good thing. um, yeah. Somebody said blissed out. Nice. Somebody said wonderful, Matthew. I feel you've touched on this before. Apologies, no need. However, during meditations like this, when delve deep quickly, my head and sometimes my body will sway in circles repetitively and linearly repetitively. It feels like energy physically pushing and pulling. Sometimes can be distracting, as the circles can be tight coils to large slow circles. When I come out slightly, things become more still. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. I can show you what that looks like when I just allow for, I'm going to say, the feminine energy of this to be there, because the feminine are the spheres. And like your head is on a pivot, right? Your shoulders on a pivot, right? As I've been doing this system intensely while I'm teaching it, I want to show you how to do yoga this way. I do a lot of yoga and Tai Chi and working out, strength training, cardiovascular training. When you learn to master your body in this way, it's amazing. So the circular movements are feminine and they're beautiful. And this doesn't have really anything to do with sexuality. If anything, I'm not saying much about those levels in me, obviously, on a personal level, but I can say the term divine androgyny is the closest thing I could approximate to where this brings you. It's a perfect balance of masculine and feminine. Doesn't mean you're gay or anything, although that's fine. To me, it's just those labels are so limiting, and the attraction that most people feel, the way that energy moves for them. I respect it all as long as it's not hurting oneself or others. So it's all beautiful. Yet when it's held inside as a monk, because monks don't, unless they're suppressing and really lost, but advanced practitioners, you are whole and complete inside. So, okay, so the movements that you're feeling, right? Ida Pingala Nadi, the snake-like channels in the spine. So you feel, I feel you. But here's the thing, there's also the masculine. So masculine are the straight lines. When I start meditating, I often embrace the masculine, the straight lines. I down the descending triangle, down the center, and I contain that energy. You can see, so it happens in Tai Chi, you don't release your chi. In Tantra, you don't release your chi, right? So ejaculating is seriously limited, and energy, because we know about sexual energy containment and circulation, and these pumps and these locks and this bliss inside of you. It's all in me. I want to be the one teaching this according in me. It's there, and yet it's contained, it's mature. But so you can choose to do that. If I follow the energy now, I've surrendered to it. I learned this, I learned how to surrender in my early 20s. The idea, just let go and let God. Just let go and let God. And eventually you are being breathed, you are being moved, you are being taught, you are being made love to, you are not doing it. And A Course in Miracles is so beautiful, and everyone should live for this day. It says, when the teacher of God is ready, God himself, him, herself, God, but it's so important, Anahat, to grasp the, not even gender neutrality, the yin yang of it all. Right? I'm a Tai Chi practitioner. I know yin yang really well. So God is yin yang. The Tao is God, and the yin yang is the movement. And it's movement. Yin yang move, right? They dance with each other. They harmonize with each other. They co-create each other. They depend. They're interdependently co-arising. right? And extremes always lead to their opposites. So there's always that yin circular flowing energy in all these grids. You can't deny that, you know. And as a guy, it's just like, whoa, that's like very feminine. And then it's like, well, I didn't invent this thing, right? And people struggle with their sexuality because the feminine's trying to break through in a masculine body. It's like, oh, what is that? But it's just pure feminine, pure divine energy, and it's circular, it's spherical. You can feel in every vertebrae when you're open and loose. I really do want to show you guys movement practice, body practice, yoga, meditation practice. You know, like I lived at Kripalu Yoga Ashram. Kripalu is a meditation in motion. It's a vinyasa, but it's a very meditative vinyasa flow, very feminine. But when I hold the posture, you know, breathe into it, that's masculine. In Tai Chi, there's lots of movement, but it's usually very slow to contain the energy. But then when you want to release it, you know, you can hurt somebody. It's super powerful stuff that is very well contained. So to answer this question about movement, it's fine if you not, I mean, they teach in Zen, you rock side to side when you start and you do circles side to side to center over the spine, over the tailbone. And then I'll show you when I sit. And then it comes to stillness. And like my hands just want to be here when I teach this. It's like the energy is going up and it's pure and it's right at the heart and it's just pure love. So yeah, there's tremendous feminine energy to who you are, to who we all are, regardless of male, female body. And again, that's why I gave you a little warning about getting into this. It's going to unfold everything of who you are, all the masculine energy, all the feminine energy. So women, it's like your power, your strength, your confidence, your ability to manifest things. And men, softer, gentler, kinder, yielding, embracing. Like it's so part of why monks always wear black is so they're not limited, right? You might think, you know, underneath a nun or underneath in Islam, right? Why do they wear those full body coverings? And women who are like, hey, you know, we're free. We don't have to wear this. We choose, not everybody, it's a big topic. But Islam, what is it? I forget. I studied Islam in college, but it's been so long, the Hajj, whatever they wear, with all due respect. You don't know what's going on underneath there, but it's not necessarily a excuse me, a non-sexual being. It might be, I don't know every person, right? It might be somebody who says, I'm not going to be limited by my clothing or by a label or a definition. I'm a child of God and I will be how God created me, not how society thinks I should be. And of course, in Miracles, it says, you are under no laws but God's. Now, most human laws, you know, we respect those because they tend to align with goodness and love and, you know, kindness to others and not killing and stealing. So I'm not saying go against the law of, you know, human law, but you're really under no laws but God's. You're not under the laws of sexuality or under the laws of human prosperity. You're not limited by the illusion of money, which is an illusion. And if it's an illusion, have as much of it as you want because it's an illusion. So, you're free. And these feminine movements are very free. The masculine movements are free, which means usually stillness and meditation, but you're free to choose either one. All right, but if the energy is moving a certain way, I'm going to go there. So I've been allowing more of the feminine energy lately as I'm just embracing all of the Anahat system. Like for you, I'm like, all right, like God, just you do what you do to me, move the energy and I'll feel it. And if it's masculine, it's masculine. And then today, Father's Day, I was like, obviously kind of, you know, masculine energy type of theme. So that's beautiful to be aware. So we like Mother's Day, Father's Day, God is mother, father. So the movement is very important. I mean, maybe in Zen, well, it's not true. Should I tell you this? I don't talk too much about my monastic experiences or the people there. Let me just say dance occurs. There's I think it was Karate Kid 3. It's the one with the young woman. And they go to a Zen monastery. I think it was in San Francisco. And she's dancing with the monks. And she said, you guys are monks. You're not supposed to dance. And the monk said, never trust a monk who can't dance. So the movement is dance. Maybe it seems more feminine. But it doesn't have to be, right? Because there's masculine and feminine, and really embodying, embracing both. So that was a good story to help to acknowledge. I was holding back in a story out of respect for the people who are in it, because it's just such a sacred, so beautiful story of dance. Anyway, it's both. And you can choose one or the other at any given moment. It's like, all right, I'm going to nurture masculine now. I'm going to nurture feminine now. I'm going to nurture stillness. I'm going to nurture movement. But if it's naturally moving in movement, you're like, cool. And if it's naturally still, like, cool. So I think that answers that, but I'm going to move on. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that helps. Somebody said, indeed, beautiful. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for your services. They are so sacred and valuable. Thank you. Wonderful meditation. Thank you. I can't wait until round 2. Yeah, let's get into it. Somebody said, I'm waiting on both books. I ordered through Amazon. I'll work to make them more accessible. It's just, I can't put all my time and energy into this, but yeah, I want to make those even more digital. Okay, oh, by the way, drink a lot of water. Energy flows a lot better in your body. All this circular energy we're talking about, the flow of energy, when you're hydrated. I live in the high desert, so I know. Okay, that's all you guys wrote. Let's stop the camera. I'm going to go to the cushion. I don't plan it. I kind of got to pee, but I'm going to keep going. So that means it probably won't be more than a half hour. We're just going to focus on me guiding you through these energies. All right. Okay, let's close the door. Just checking the camera first. All right. I do give a lot of thought, relatively, to the clothing choice, because I want you to be able to get a sense of physique, but at the same time, I don't want to overdo it. I was in more of an exercise shirt today. I'm like, ooh, I'm getting ripped here. Been working out a lot. It's nice. It feels really good. But I don't want to overdo that. But I want you to, get a sense of, like, this is supposed to be a V, people. It's not supposed to be a pineapple or a pear. There's a V shape here, so it's inspiring, encouraging. Exercise, take care of your body. You'll appreciate and feel. So when I sit down to keep building on the question someone asked, right, it can be fluid, right? It can move because there's circles, and then so when we sit, it usually looks very kind of masculine, right? Still, focused. But the energy is moving all the time. And the core central channel is a straight line, but the two Ida Pingala Nadi channels that go up the spine, that's very feminine. The wing shape is it branches out later in the meditation. So don't try to do that yet. Just stick with where we are now. But once it does that, you're like, oh, you're like, wow, wow, I have wings. Like, isn't that cool? So again, very masculine and feminine in all of it. Okay, so I'm going to bow in. So the internal, so I have to explain, right, what's happening internally, energetically, because if not, you interpret this as whatever you do. So elbows are up a little bit in the Zen practice. It's a bit more elegant, regal, if you will, instead of just letting it flop. This is called Gasho in Zen. It honors the sacredness of the meditation space. And it honors the sacredness of the practice and of the practitioner and of the community of practitioners, right? Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, teacher, teachings, and community of practitioners. And in Buddhism, that's Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, the 3 jewels, and the 3 jewels are all sacred. So we're bowing into that, and the hands immediately go to Maha Mudra. Let's do half lotus for fun, at least for a little while. See, the problem with that is the hands end up doing this. It's energetically better in the full lotus. Well, let's see how it goes. I've just been doing a lot of yoga. I don't know if this will stay for the whole time. And then the hands rest better. And then we'll do Maha Mudra. Okay. So since this is the official initiation, I'll do it in full lotus. All right. So I'm going to close my eyes just for a moment since I'm letting spirit guide us. That's too much. It's too distracting. I'll be so aware of my legs. Not that I can't do it, but there's so much more going on. Right. So hands are going to Maha Mudra, leveling my shoulders, adjusting my body. So this is called asana, right? Body posture, taking an asana, The primary asana in meditation is Padmasana. Right? And we've got this pyramid shape, and not everybody, I think, appreciates, I basically my hands, the angle, not everybody appreciates how valuable a pyramid shape is. Somebody asked me about knees down in an email. The cushion is really important. If you sit in the middle of the cushion, your knees will go up. I didn't think I made that clear. You sit on the front third of the cushion or the front quarter when you're really like in Zen, the monastery. We sometimes meditate through the entire night. It's kind of like a little mini competition, even though we weren't being egoic about it. But it was like the people who would stay past midnight are hardcore, and we would kind of push each other in that way. And it was like kind of competition because I gotta outlast that guy, and it's total ego, but it keeps you on the cushion. So to get through that, you need this intense, concentrated power to be able to sit like this for hours. So again, there's like that masculine strength that goes with this. Right? So Father's Day, right? And then Mother's Day is to be able to relax and let loose and let the energy flow. But the strength to get through, to me, is a more masculine quality. Okay, so we're taking the position, and again, like you imagine the hands like this. Yeah, here we're gathering the chi. Before, when I was sitting in the chair, by the way, my fingers went like this. My left finger hooked the thumb. Gyan Mudra is this, like the okay sign, but before I was doing that. And you don't have to do that, but here's like, imagine this mudra. Try that. It's shooting energy up your spine. This is a mudra. It's shooting energy up your spine. This is containing the energy from leaking out of the hands. This is seriously containing all of this energy. Eyes are open. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. I'm immediately breathing and counting. It's a habit now. It's a reflex. It's automatic. 1, I'm going to focus on the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Distracting thoughts. There's a couple of thoughts there, but they're just, in the space. They don't stop anything. 1. At the Hara, we're descending. Meditation 1, 2. That was 3, and then 4, 5, 6. I'm descending and everything that it means. 7, 8, 9, 10. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. I can't do it when I talk, and I'm aware of that. So now all my energy is sunk my chi right into my hara. I'm right there. I'm very aware of my body. I'm very aware of my posture. I'm present. There's no past. There's no future. Just right here in the moment. And there are no veils. There's no filters. It's just consciousness, ears, eyes, body, room. So descending, I'm just sitting here. There's no one home. This is Shikantaza, just sitting. I'm just here. There's a body and I'm sitting. But now I'm going to inhale energy up to the heart. Inhale up, exhale at the heart. Inhale up, exhale at the heart, and do that for a little while. And open to love. You can just think the word love to get started. But breathing counts if you find that beneficial, which I do for sure. So all I'm doing is breathing, counting, and thinking the word love and opening my heart to love. Just conscious of the screen, so I'm just adjusting so things are aligned, but when I practice on my own, I'm not that precise at all. So with the heart, only love. You're ready to move on from the heart when you are only love. That might take a long time, so feel free to move on from the heart, but the heart is at fruition when there's only love. Don't wait until every chakra or every energy center is at fruition to move on, because you need the system to bring you to fruition. So you don't have to be perfect at any one of these meditations, but when I'm just ascending, Shikantaza, just sitting. When I'm just in my heart, only love. No fear, no anger, no sadness, no jealousy, just pure love. And the only other word would be compassion. Just pure love, pure compassion. Totally open. And then we'll bring it up. Let's see about eyes open or closed, but the chin will go up a little. All right, you have options, but I'm going to go to Gyan Mudra, thumb, index finger on the knees. My knees are going a little wider now, for whatever reason. It's a more solid base so I can forget about the body is what that was. So I'm coming into the widest quarter lotus I can. And again, I'm not doing full lotus because I don't want to think about my legs that much, because they'll get uncomfortable quicker. No matter how flexible you are, they'll get uncomfortable quicker. I'm aligning my spine for an ascent of energy. So my tailbone, somebody asked about the sacral pump, but we're not really there yet, but I'm tilting my pelvis forward a little bit. So my low back is concave because my energy is still pushing down to the hara. And I'm up where my heart, shoulders are level. This room is really warm. And now I'm pulling energy. So it's warm in here. I'm pulling energy up here to the crown. My hands either want to go in my lap with left hand on top of right, yin, feminine embraces yang, masculine. I want to switch that for some reason, which is so awkward for me because I never do it that way. So here is yang embracing yin. This doesn't feel right for me. Yin is embracing yang, left over right. Just do what feels right. There's no right or wrong. Just like moving or still. So whatever works for you. So while my low back is slightly concave, my sternum is still resting down. And then my chin is just up a little bit. My eyes are going to roll up. And now I'm pulling the energy up the spine, inhaling up to the third eye region. Exhaling in the crown region, just the whole 6th, 7th chakra space. It's not about your head, so it doesn't matter if it's 6th or 7th chakra. We're going to spirit now. Inhaling energy up the spine to my higher regions. I'm exhaling, keeping it up there. Devotional love kicks in. You might not feel like you're a devotional person, so you can do it visually, you can do it through concentration, you can do it through intellect, which is not the best way, but there's different types of yoga. Bhakti yoga is devotional love of God. So I'm very devotional. My energy goes to God that way, and it's the easiest and most beautiful path, honestly. That's what the yogis teach. I agree. But there's Raj Yoga, the king of yoga practice, and that word Gyan Yoga, they're similar. That idea there is concentration on the self. Not necessarily just love, because some people don't have that temperament. So you just concentrate up here. And that might help some of you who are not as devotionally inclined, which is fine. It's just harder for you. So So concentrate on, either way, I'm concentrating in spirit, but fortunately I love spirit, so it's very easy to go there. I went to a different mantra. I'm sure I'll share it yet. Let's just be there for a moment. So just do what you do. Breathe into the third eye region, into spirit. And find it, consciousness. You've been practicing this hopefully, so you can just go right there. There are intellectual paths to understand this, usually called Gyan Yoga. But once you study and realize your consciousness is you, is spirit, just meditate on that. Don't intellectualize it, don't visualize it, just put your attention on spirit. This is pure peace I'm meditating on. It is pure bliss. I'm putting my attention on conscious bliss, light, because my heart's open in love. Course in Miracles says God being love is also happiness. So this is joy. It's not rolling on the ground in ecstasy joy, but it easily can be. But again, that energy is contained. So if I were to release this to movement, it would be a form of dance or Tai Chi or a yoga flow. But when I'm still in meditation, I'm directing it all up to God. I'm not acting. I'm talking because I'm teaching, but don't do anything. Course in Miracles says, I need do nothing. You don't have to do anything. Stop doing and just be. And be with your source. All of my being is directed towards God now. Both eyes on God. So Christ said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness, and all things will be added on to you. It's either true or not true. My experience is it's true. Just put both eyes on God and trust, surrender. Life itself will take over. It will bless your life because it is life. So it's not really about your life. It's about life's life. It's about the universe doing its thing and you're just part of that. But that's glorious. While I'm not focused, I'm going to share a little bit. So I see where it's going. I'll tell you what's happening internally. That's the job. The little voice in my mind, which is more like me, Matthew Ego, is like, okay, whatever. That goes away. I just didn't know we were going here yet. Dimensionality. It's the etheric plane. This is, I'm conflicted because this is level 2 material. I guess it's just meant to get a hint of where this is going because there's no way I'm teaching it all now. Level 2 is not 2-dimensional, it's 3-dimensional, and it's not the physical plane, it's the etheric plane. So my consciousness now has transferred to the etheric plane. I'm not aware of the physical universe right now, I'm aware of the etheric universe. The etheric grid, this is where all the geometries are. It's where your acupuncture meridians are, it's where your chakras are. And eventually you'll meditate on this level. But that's all of level 2 practice. So I guess I'm just sharing that with you because it's my inner experience. But we're not ready to go there yet. So, I'm putting my attention again on pure spirit. That's what's guiding me through these more subtle layers of creation. I'm just putting my attention on the highest, and what's in between, you might say, the physical and the highest appears. It's not only the etheric grid, there's an astral plane right here now. The causal plane is right here now. The divine mind, Holy Spirit is here now. The Christ consciousness, the sonship, the son-daughtership is here now. And God, Goddess is here now. God, Goddess, all that is. And so ascending is just to be aware of that. But in my consciousness, it's a bit more integrated, honestly, than most. So for ascending, it's usually transcended. So let's go up and transcend. I'm going above my body as I ascend. It's like releasing the balloon, the healing balloon that just naturally floats up if you let it. Some of you are naturally doing this already. So you have permission to just let go and go. In and up. Going, gone. Gone. Gone beyond the beyond. Hail the goer. Gate. Gate. Paragate. Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. So you can use mantra or counting, but you're certainly using concentration. I'll describe a little bit more of the movement into samadhi. Asana, body posture is complete. Pranayama, my breathing becomes very regulated. It's a masculine energy. True pranayama is control of the prana. I direct it up to spirit. So the Shakti, the Chi, the life force is being directed up to God. Shiva Shakti. Shiva is the consciousness. Shakti is the energy. I'm pulling Shakti up to Shiva. Pulling energy up to God with pranayama. It's advanced what we're doing here. It's very subtle. There's something called Kumbhak Pranayama, basically holding the breath. So don't do any strain. My attention is on the spirit in the third eye region. Pratyahara is the next step. We withdraw attention from the external world. I'm pulling away from my ears, my eyes, my nose, my tongue, my body sense. I'm focused on spirit. Dharana is intense concentration, like the word sanyam or jariki. But dharana is part of sanyam, concentration in spirit. Dhyan is the next step, meditation. It's emerging. It's a little bit more advanced in concentration. I'm merging my awareness into spirit. And then samadhi, we'll practice Anand and Asmita samadhi. Anand samadhi is to meditate on bliss, and Asmita is just a little bit more advanced to meditate on the self, emness. So I'm focused on conscious bliss, light. And right now it's very contained. So it would be more a straight line or masculine. And fruition of this, well, it's holy. It is love. It is anaha. It is the heart of all that is, but it's transcendent to all that is. And once I know it is my very own self, then I would be ready in the system to truly descend again, but you can always practice. So whatever you're aware of now, let's prepare to go to meditation 4, sexual energy. My hands are, I don't know where they were before. My hands are, I totally didn't know. My hands are back on my knees now. So I'm aware of my body. I wasn't aware of my body. No body awareness for the past however long. No time awareness. In samadhi, there's no time or space. Body and mind drop away. So I'm aware I have hands now. arms. There's the spine. There's a human. Never saw this thing before. Dropping down into the shoulders. And then I use the breath. Inhale to the sexual energy. I'm holding for a moment. Inhale, Kumbhak Pranayam, hold. This isn't formal practice, it's just what's happening now. Inhale, hold at the sexual energy. I'm aware of the descending triangle. I exhale, keep the energy at the sexual energy. Inhale, the sexual energy. Exhale, feel, just be with the sexual energy. And I'll just talk to you about, the purest state of it. You might not experience any of this yet. But again, you gotta know what your system's like when it's totally clear. I'm just breathing. I'm aware of my whole first chakra region. I'm pulling the purity and peace and bliss. And I'm letting it descend. It just does it on its own, and I'm also breathing there. So remember, we have Shiv Shakti consciousness, which has descended to the first chakra. My eyes are still closed, but my hands are moving, if that helps you to see. So my fingers now, I'm representing this descending triangle down to the sexual energy. I'm like allowing it to move through my body. Spinal adjustments happen naturally. And right now we're working with cold Jing. It's not excited. It's not turned on, if you will. So even though there were 3 levels of that we've talked about, the 2 that are relevant now would be excited or unexcited. This is unexcited. So it's nowhere near as delicious as it could be, but that's appropriate now. So, if you were looking, my hands move, my spine moves. There's little mic, especially because I landed a little hard yesterday, a little hard. I'm feeling little adjustments to my spine happening as the grids realign my energy field. Remember, there's no accidents. So this chance to like heal my body using the system, don't need much, but this little bit of healing, because I'm so sensitive to all this, I can feel. It's like, it's like get everything back in alignment. All right, hands went back to Mahamudra. And actually open the eyes a little bit. And I'm going to descend again for a moment. So again, still meditation for sexual energy. But with eyes open, I'm really embracing that this is a human thing. This is a spiritual, heart-centered sexual being. I don't know what this body is. I just dropped into it. I have no mind. So I'm like, look at this thing. You should feel like that innocent with your body. It's just new and fresh at every moment. For a meditator, every moment is new and fresh. Now we're going to inhale it up the spine. We won't use the pumps yet or any locks. Let's just talk about the movement. Inhale from sexual energy up. I'm closing my eyes up to the crown region. Hands go to the knees now. This isn't like there's no exact rules. As my body is following the flow of the energy, I'm going to forget about my hands, so they're resting now. Inhaling up. Exhale, circulate. Meditation 5, circulation of sexual energy. Circulation, inhale up. Exhale. So this is like bringing all of my being, sexual, power, love, expression, devotion, all to God. My energy doesn't go down and out unless I choose to. My energy is choosing to go up and in. Every bit of my being is directed to Source. Surrender, yet devotion, yet concentration. Again, I'm practicing Anand Nasmita Samadhi, meditating on bliss, meditating on consciousness, pulling my sexual energy up to it with the breath. So there's a deep sense of union that occurs here. The lover and the beloved. the child and Father, Mother, God. And I feel it already ready to descend. But fruition here is just that. All of your being, including your sexuality, is directed towards God. It's not going out. I'm not concerned with any other human being right now except to teach. But there's no external sexual expression. It all goes up my spine to spirit. Doesn't mean it can't go down and out. You're welcome to do that. But right now, I'm directing it in and up. And once it's truly up there, then we go to meditation number 6. It's lesson 5. This is the 6-pointed star. Exhale, it descends to my shoulders. My shoulders soften. Inhale to my hara. Exhale to the kidney. Inhale up the ascending triangle, the golden triangle, to the crown. Exhale to the top of the golden triangle at the shoulders. Inhale below the navel. You can go down to the sexual energy if you want, but remember you have a choice there. Exhale to the kidneys. The kidneys nurture the sexual energy essence, but feel when you exhale to the kidneys, you're reversing that. You're nourishing the kidneys and the adrenal glands, so you stop depleting yourself. Inhale that up to spirit. You're gathering all that energy to spirit. Exhale, circulating it down back into your shoulder. Inhale below your navel, or sexual energy as well. Exhale to kidneys and all your internal organs. Inhale up the central channel, up the ascending triangle, the spirit. Exhale down to the shoulders, and you're including everything in these regions. Inhale below the navel, or sexual energy. Exhale to the kidneys. Internal organs, your left, spleen, stomach, pancreas, your right, liver, gallbladder. Inhale up to the crown. Third eye, spirit, vision, oneness, Holy Spirit. Down to shoulders, heart, lungs. Inhale below the navel, sexual energy. Exhale, kidneys, liver, gallbladder, spleen, stomach, pancreas, all of your internal organs. Inhale up the spine, through the heart, through the lungs, through the throat, to the head. Exhale, shoulders. Inhale, hara. Exhale, kidneys. Inhale, third eye, crown, spirit. Exhale, heart, love, shoulders. Anahat is the center of this movement. The heart chakra is really the center, but it's kind of included on that exhalation to the shoulders. Inhale through the heart, the hara, sexual energy. Exhale up to the kidneys, that level, front and back really, and then inhale up. So keep going on your own. You can breathe and count. You could use mantra. You can use yod. Okay, let's do that for a moment. Inhale to the crown, yod. Shoulders, hey. Down the core central channel to the bottom, wa. Exhale, hey, doesn't go to the legs because the energy goes back up to the kidneys. To the crown, yod. Down to the shoulders, hey. Wa. Hey. Nobody knows how to really pronounce the 4-letter name of God called the Tetragrammaton. So I'm doing the best to attune the vibration. My Hebrew isn't very good, so I might not sound like a Hebrew speaker. I'm saying the quality of this vibration, the letter of fire that I can feel in my spine. So at the crown, in the head region, yod, shoulders, hey, and arms, wa, core central channel down to the sexual energy, hey, goes back up to the kidneys, yod, crown, hey, shoulders, wa, below the navel, hey, kidneys, yod, hey, Wa, He. This is the sacred four-letter holy name of God. It's as sacred as you get in Hebrew. This is why you don't take the Lord's name in vain, kiddies. This is what it means. Don't take that name in vain. It's very sacred. Yod, He, Wa, He. Yod at the crown, head, He, shoulders, arms. Wa embraces the torso. He embraces the kidneys and all the internal organs, the lower internal organs. And then it keeps circulating. So, a moment in silence to use mantra, which could be Hebrew or Sanskrit or Tibetan, whatever you like, but you'll know when it works or it doesn't. Or if that's a bit more advanced, you don't understand the energy vibration yet at each level, just breathing count is really good practice. So what is fruition of the six-pointed star, I feel like? How would you know you're ready to move on? Which you're not. Stay in this one for a while, like at least these next 2 weeks. We're just starting with meditations 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. But then most of your time will be spent doing meditation 6. And then you have the freedom to play with any of this any way you want to. But most of your meditation time is now meditation 6. But if you feel like, all right, that's enough of that, you can just go back to ascending, or just heart center, or just descending, or play with your sexual energy for a while and circulate it. But eventually everything moves, at least in meditation 6, through this pattern. Again, it's not the end, but it is the quintessential meditation of the system. This is how the energy first started flowing when all this stuff started for me. So it's the movement. I'm going to open my eyes and draw out, my legs are asleep. I'm going to draw the pattern of the start. So maybe like here, 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 here. So the crucifix is just a small part only because they nailed someone to a cross. That has a different meaning. The core being, which is a sacred, profound meaning as well, but the core of who you are is the six-pointed star. And right now we're just looking mostly in a two-dimensional kind of plane. We're not really talking 3 dimensions or higher dimensional yet, but that's exciting because it goes there and you got a taste of that before. So there's ascending and there's descending. Fruition of this is when they're integrated. I'm fully descended. I'm fully here now. I'm also fully open heart and fully connected to God. Fully descending, fully ascended with a fully open heart. Nothing else happening. I'm just heart, head, present right here now. And then the word is perfect, whole, and complete. Perfection, completion, but not an egoic trip, just because it's humble, actually. In Course in Miracles, it says, to admit you're that beautiful as a child of God is pure humility, because arrogance would say you're not. All right, so if I say, oh no, I'm not that amazing, then I'm saying God's child isn't that amazing. So if I say I'm amazing, it's because I'm honoring the presence of God. Course in Miracles is my creator. We're not our own creator. In Course in Miracles, it teaches, where did that thought go? So interesting watching when they come and go and they're meant to be shared and how that goes. Course in Miracles teaches you're not to be in awe of another child of God because we're all equals. Even Jesus, even that being, that brother, is our equal. in A Course in Miracles. Not everybody will agree with that. Traditional Christianity might not, but Course in Miracles, Jesus is your equal. He's a brother. He did something very important that puts him in a different position in the atonement, but he is still a child of God, and so are you, right? He's a son of God, a daughter of God. So are you, a son, daughter of God. So you're not to be in awe of another child of God. That's an inappropriate use of the word awe. You're meant to be in awe of your Creator, and then who you are as a child of that. So you should be in awe of yourself because of what you are. And then a big quote that I've lived by is, everything is God, act accordingly. Right. This is sacred. This is sacred. It's all sacred. Act accordingly. And if everybody got that, if the sales funnel brings everybody in and it dumps back out onto everybody, to me, that's the atonement, right? You gather them in, you bless them, you send them back out to serve more. You bless them, you send them out to serve more, right? So Christ said, I can only build my church on you. What else could I do, right? There's no one else to build the church upon. So Online Monastery is anybody who embraces this stuff, finds out who they really are, and then extends that back out to the world. Is blessed, and then receive, give, receive, give, receive. Masculine, feminine. All right, let's take just a moment and so fruition, completion, nothing has to be added to you. You're complete, and nothing has to be taken away. There's no blocks. You could just stay like this forever. You're so content in yourself. But you're aware of the deepest mysteries of the universe in your very own being. In the Tao Te Ching, the Taoist Bible says something like, the saint heals the world without ever leaving his house. And what a beautiful thing during COVID-19 with the internet. You can bless the world without ever leaving your house. You can enlighten all beings sitting in meditation. You can free all beings from suffering sitting in meditation. So that's the Bodhisattva vow. You practice to save all sentient beings. You practice because your love sees pain in others. That's compassion. Compassion is love seeing pain. And then you move to serve. And the reason I'm cautious about the word channeling, yes, there's energy. Yes, it's universal. Yes, it moves. But I am that. You are that. It's not that there's other beings talking through me right now. Maybe some people have that. Just so we're clear, I'm just telling you who I am and who you are, because we have to be the same, and we are the same in our essence. The expression is uniquely beautiful. Like, you are these geometries. You are light, you are sound, you are spirit, you are geometry, you are masculine, feminine. You're all of it. There's no limit to who you are. So, yeah, just in case anybody says, oh, we use the word channeling, he channels this. No, this is just what's here. This is the grids are right here. It's the grid of the heart chakra is as real as my physical heart. And actually it's more real, because the grid of the Anahata chakra will continue, and the physical heart will eventually return to the earth. This subtle being is eternal. This physical being is a temporary vehicle to be of service with. Is primarily its purpose. And it happens to feel pleasurable when it's healthy and whole and open to this sexuality. So that's some sense of fruition of meditation 6. It is the most sacred meditation of the system. But again, of course, we're not done. So it builds upon itself here, but this is the essence of the whole thing. I'm going to go back to the computer. Let's open to question answer. So please ask your questions. I didn't really explain the sacral pump well. It's just when I tilt my pelvis forward, and I can see well. So here's my ASIS, internal superior iliac spine. I couldn't remember that the other day. And anterior superior iliac spine. These bony tops of the pelvic girdle. So my 2 fingers are on it. I lift forward. My pelvis goes forward in that way, and my tailbone pulls away from the sexual energy. So leaning forward catches the sexual energy. And then when the head goes back, that's the cranial pump. I pull it up to the head and exhale it up at the head. So, ow. Paragliding. Inhale forward and catch it at the head, exhale. Up to the head, inhale, exhale. And then once we brought it up, then we can circulate it so beautifully through the star with the heart. When the hands go to prayer here, this is Anahat chakra, where the thumbs go. All right, so I'm just naturally, my body do what it wants to do with the energy, and it's this. This is like the culmination of all of it. Fully ascended, fully descended, fully open heart right here. All right, my feet are asleep. I'm going to crawl to the cushion, to the computer. All right. Okay, let's let the camera adjust. We get a drink. Hold on. Okay. Hello, everybody. So let's hear from you guys where we're at. We don't have, we can go as long as we want, but mission accomplished for tonight. So I shared what I needed to. You can do what you want for this next week. You can do what you want anytime in your life. Just a sec. And hold on. Okay, so let's hear from you guys. What was that like? Confusing, blissful, amazing, see the potential, think I'm a whack job. Talk to me a little bit so I can know my audience, know how you guys are taking this. Obviously, it's as sacred as can be for me to share this. So I'm sure we'll hold that kind of space. Wonderful. I noticed how I could tap into feminine and masculine energy so fluidly, and that indeed did create the flow of movement and cessation of movement. All right, awesome. And that's that our person who is moving around. Beautiful. So masculine, feminine. I told you, it's like, don't start this if you don't want to embrace both inside of you, but both are inside of you. And like the more you approach the divine, at least like right there, while there's still a little bit of duality, you've got like a masculine, feminine energy vibe of God. I don't know if I told you guys this, in Genesis, where God says, let's create man, let's create the human being or whatever, it says, let us create man in our image. That term, as I understand it in religious scholarly studies, is the name for God called Elohim. And Elohim is often misunderstood. You have to meditate very deeply on these sacred names. It's not whatever the mythology says. The deepest level I get of Elohim is Father, Mother, God, right in my heart. Which again is like pure anahat. So if there's a name of God that gets the feminine, masculine, feminine of the divine, and again, I can't tell you which comes first, masculine, feminine, masculine, they're yin yang. But often you'll hear Radha, Krishna, Radha, feminine, Krishna, masculine. But when you look at I was going to say iconography, but that word's used more in like Greek Orthodox. In the devotional art literature of the Hare Krishnas specifically, Krishna is considered the supreme personality of Godhead. He is considered the most beautiful expression of the divine. And he's playing a flute, and he's embracing an enormous amount of feminine energy, because inside of Krishna is both masculine and feminine. Inside of Radha, the feminine is both masculine and feminine. I've never experienced a meditation system or anything I've done that so much embodied both of those. There's a really good, you can check out in the field of alchemy. There's a great book I have in my library called Alchemy and Mysticism. And there's a lot of pictures of divine androgyny, where inside of you is both masculine and feminine. When you see the image of Hanuman, the monkey devotee of God in Hindu mythology, he's a devotee of Ram and Sita. Ram, masculine, Sita, feminine. And you see images of Hanuman ripping his heart open, his chest open, and in his heart is an image of Ram and Sita, or Radha. That's usually more Ram, Sita, but Radha, Krishna, or yin and yang. So for me, Anahat is embodying all of that, fully ascended, fully descended with a fully open heart, fully masculine, fully feminine, with a fully open heart. Thank you. That's beautiful. Our question is, can we start our daily practice with meditation 6? Gotta get glasses. Or is it pertinent to start with prior meditation in a subsequent fashion? Thank you for asking. I don't ever start with meditation 6. It requires the cultivation of at least 1, 2, and 3. So do those 3 first at minimum. So thank you for asking. You can't appreciate the start while your energy is scattered, or while you don't have love, or while you don't have a connection to spirit. That's why the system came about as it did. Again, I don't know anything like it. The wisdom is profound when I watch how it came about. Meditation 1, descend, always start there. Meditation 2, heart-centered, then go there. Meditation 3, ascending, go there. Then you can skip the sexual energy, meditations 4 and 5, and you can do the star, which is like you're choosing not to deal with your sexual energy right then and there. I'm grateful that came about. If not, you would be constantly aroused. And in some way with this system, you are. Like I said, there's not activated. Oh, I'm sorry, not that word. Words are very important, right? There's non-excited sexual energy. There's excited sexual energy, and then there's just activated. My system, I would just, tell you, just honestly, is activated. So it's like not excited, but excited. It's just always there, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's awesome. But I can, if I choose to, especially in the beginning, as the system is unfolding for you and you're learning to integrate the spiritual, the sexual, the financial, you're embracing all of who you are and mastering all levels of who you are. So fortunately, the system says we can leave out the sexual energy circulation stuff, meditations 4 and 5, anytime you want to. But anytime you want to acknowledge your sexual being, and go full-fledged with all of that. Again, and of course, professional, safe, ethical ways and whatnot, especially if you end up teaching this stuff. But generally, yeah, so do meditations 1, 2, 3. Then you can start moving energy through the star. And I would always recommend ending at your heart, which is the center of ascending and descending. And then, yeah, anytime you want, you can embrace the sexual energy in it. Okay, so start meditation 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, unless you skip 4 and 5. Then do meditation 6. When you're done with 6, end at your heart. If you need to be more grounded, end in your heart. If you're going to be practicing out-of-body experiences and you're willing to lose sleep at night and have mystical experiences, you end here. But just realize if you end ascending, you won't sleep as well. You'll start having mystical experiences. You'll start leaving your body. You won't be as functional as a human. But that's okay with this system, because then you make the choice and said, all right, I was flying out of my body at night. I'm a little tired. Okay. But I know how to descend. You will not be anywhere near as disturbed as I was in the early years. I couldn't function. I literally had to live in a monastery or an ashram, or I'd run to churches with tears in my eyes. 25-year-old guy running to churches crying, needing to be in God's presence. Not to attend services, but to sit in a sacred space until my body became that sacred space, right? The body is the pyramid. The body is the temple. You don't have to go anywhere, but you have to kind of divinize or sanctify the human. So we started this saying this is an initiation. It's a sanctification, right? You are sainted, you are knighted, but you are initiated. So it's kind of serious, but who wants to be too serious? It's an initiation into a sacred process. All right, and again, one I didn't create, and that doesn't really come from this physical plane. I'm not sure how to describe what is happening, yet I'm cognizant. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Amazing and blissful. I can see already why the cushion starts to call you. Yeah, once you're realizing that divinity is in you, the mysteries of the universe are in you. Like I said, I'm discussing now quantum physics and science and geometry with a mathematician, geometer, and honestly, I know more about the universe, I believe, than this person, because I have found the living presence of the stuff they can only measure through mathematics. And, their math just supports everything I'm saying. I'm like, so tell me why there's a squared circle in the Earth and the Moon thing, tell me why is the distance between here and here, from tailbone and crown so far? And then what is this exact point in the middle? The math behind it is so precise, you can't deny it. But to me, it's not about studying it mathematically. although that's beautiful if that turns you on. It's about feeling it and being it inside of you. So thank you. I love the potential. The visual was a nice way to start, having us watch the images before the meditation. Yeah, let's take a moment. Thank you on that. It won't take too much longer, I don't think. Just, time to share with you guys. So on the home page, and of course this image is in the book, this right here. This is how the energy flows in meditation 6. So, secrets in plain sight. Again, if you've never heard that idea, secrets in plain sight. Let those who have eyes to see, let them see. Christ knew this stuff. He was in a scene. He knew about the tree of life. There's no way he didn't know this. I'll tell you one thing. I told you a lot of things. My lineage is important. Your genetic line is important because you're highly influenced by the genealogical memory, if you will. So I'm Jewish by birth. My grandfather always emphasized we are the high priests of Israel. We are the Kohanim. You can research the derivative of the name Cohen. So that's on my mother's side. We are of the Cohen line, the Kohanim. That goes all the way back to the high priests of Israel. And they got a really bad rap for, killing Jesus. But, a lot of them were actually very, just like, our beloved police officers now. Most of them are really good people and really want to help people. And same with the high priests of Israel. They got a bad rap, but they're inherently mostly, working for good. So the high priests of Israel are aligned, to the best I understand this, with the 1111 phenomena. Some of you will resonate with that. The high priests of Israel naturally form this mudra. You call it the Spock mudra, but I don't know anything about that. But I do know a lot about this energetically. This is how the high priest would bless you. They would put their hands like this at their third eye. They put their hands into this mudra. And Yahweh would be right here, written from right to left, not left to right. Yod He Wah He in a triangle. And they bless you with God's name. That is in my DNA. So, for what that's worth, just realize, at the time of Jesus, don't think that I didn't know this stuff. It was just never taught in the way that it's being taught right now. So, Yod He Wah He. And then here, these are golden triangles, the exact measurements of the golden ratio, the golden mean, or simply stated, the Fibonacci sequence. So it's all contained in there, and that's what we're breathing through. This is when the meditation system came to me. It moves in those exact patterns. All right, so, it's all about revelation. All right, thank you. And last one, and then, oh no, not the last one. Looking forward to replay. I got here late. Loving these classes. Nice. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, so I'll post this within 24 hours to the website. I usually do it at night, but we'll see how I feel today. So within 24 hours, somebody said, I could feel the part of me that wants to do it right. Flex, the word flex from control to letting go during this practice. I was very aware of that control energy. That's okay, right? The word yam is to control. So I watched it with gentleness and let go, fell in the flow of the energy, and that's where I really experienced the flow and ease. Then the body relaxed physically. Whatever discomforts I had slipped away. This has been a great teacher meditation for me. Thank you. Awesome. Meditation 12. So it's beautiful to hear. Thank you. It's good to get the feedback because I know the stuff works, but I like to hear, what your experience is like at this stage of the game. Meditation 12 deals with the skeletal structure. And I won't say much because I don't want you to move ahead, but it causes the skeletal structure to be erect, as it should be, kind of like hanging from above, but everything else relaxes down over it in perfect comfort. And that's fruition, actually, of the whole system of level 1. When that occurs, you'll be like, oh, just a spine hanging from the ceiling and everything else is good. Why are you making such a big deal about this body and putting in all these useless journeys? It's just like, all right, there's a spine and a body. A heartbeat and a central nervous system. Okay, what do I do with the thing? In Course in Miracles, it teaches you don't know what anything is for. You don't even know what your body is for. Your body is not meant to rape and murder and kill and molest. And I mean, these people have no clue. Your body is never meant for that. And that's just a sign of how sick the mind can be, unfortunately. So anyway, sorry for that, not most positive imagery, but again, the idea that Your body is sacred. It is a temple, and we're meant to live as such. If everybody did this, the world would not, there would be no more pain and suffering. And that's inevitable. We're just speeding up the process of the atonement through everybody doing their part. Someone said, the other night during ascension meditation, beautiful, after transitioning into samadhi, beautiful, all conception of duality fell away, beautiful. How do you, quote, come back while in such a state if you're in your second hour of meditation and have not set an alarm to come back to beta consciousness? Let me finish. So thank you so much for clarification. I was so excited to start tomorrow morning with meditation 6. Awesome. I wasn't sure if it was going to come about tonight because I was like, oh wow, the lesson doesn't exist. Where did it go? Like it's not on any of my. It's fine because I know the stuff. Obviously, I would just redo the lesson. It's still a little work on my part. But it's like, wow, where did that go? And then why weren't the audios uploading? And when I stopped, it's like, oh, tonight was meant to be much more organic. So I'm glad we got started on that too, for sure. It only took 47 years for me to teach it at this level. Okay, so the question is, how do you come back, like without a, just after however long? I do set a timer often because I force myself to do the meditation for a certain amount of time. But honestly, I don't do that anymore. It depends on your stage of growth. So some people should set a timer. Force yourself to do your 15 minutes. To do meditation 6, I think you should build up to a half hour, honestly, for everybody here to really start to grasp what it does. Meditation 1, 5 minutes. Meditation 2, 5 minutes. Meditation 3, 5 minutes. Sexual energy 5 minutes, that's 20 minutes. Circulate 5 minutes. And then the entire 6-point star, 5 minutes, is a half hour. So I would set a timer for that if you're disciplining yourself to do it. If you're already attaining samadhi and you don't need the discipline to go there because you're just sucked into it and it's so beautiful, then you don't need a clock. You can tell your subconscious to wake you up at a certain time that works most of the time. But I don't always trust that if it's important. So I would set a timer if it's important. The other thing is you just go with the flow of the energy. Remember, it's like the sense of ego is just in samadhi and doesn't exist. So you're in samadhi as long as you are beyond time and space, and something will pull you back down. The body has to pee, the legs get uncomfortable. It's like an out-of-body experience. You always get pulled back. Maybe I could answer that in relationship to the out-of-body experience. When I leave my body, I don't set a timer to get back. I stay out as long as possible, knowing the gravitational pull of the body will always suck me back in. I'll always feel the pull of it. And that'll just happen when it happens. But I stay out as long as humanly, to use that word, humanly possible. For samadhi, same thing. For me, I'll just be like, and then more of me to say, and then everything goes silent. And if I take another minute with it, there'll be no time or space. But then eventually I'll just descend and I'll be right here. And I know it seemed abrupt tonight. I know how that could be for a lot of you. But for me, it's like eyes open, eyes closed. This is just a flap of skin. Why do you think it makes the universe inside outside? Why do you think there is an inside and an outside? What if you, sorry, it's horrible imagery. What if you had no eyelids? Where's inside and outside? Where's up and down? Where's ascending and descending? Ascending in the beginning will seem when there's a transcendent reality. But God is also immanent with all that is, within all that is, as all that is. So Nirvikalpa, so let's, for those of you who are advanced enough to understand, Nirvikalpa samadhi, meaning no imagination, and the state of non-dualism can be felt in the ascension. But then there's something, let me be sure I get the right Sanskrit word and vibration of it. Safe to say there's another stage called Kaivalya Avastha. I can spell it for you later if you like. Kaivalya Avastha, which means self alone. Self alone is actually centered in the heart. And it's where that which is not time and space is one with time and space. Study the Heart Sutra. The Heart Sutra says form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Once you get that, then you'll understand ascending and descending are one, that inside and outside are one, that God and God's creation, which is you, are one. So yeah, samadhi, as it unfolds to the highest level, is called asampragyat samadhi, which means no duality, no subject, no object. But true asampragyat says it has to integrate with your body. That is, and your body is an illusion. It's like, in the Matrix, it's not really there anyway. So it's not, integrate truth and illusion, just truth is. But relatively speaking, the body is here. In the Zen scripture, the identity of relative and absolute, it says the absolute and the relative are like the foot before and the foot behind in walking. So you can't, you say, in Zen, we say not one, not two. Are you one with your body? That's like two, right? Spirit, body. Not one, not two. And of course, your mind wants to grasp, well, what is it then? Is it three? It's not one, it's not two, it's not three. But it is. There is relative, which is body. There is absolute, and that's spirit. That's our reality. So we honor that, right? We're doing the human thing. But yeah, the deepest level of all of this, the deepest samadhi, which everybody will experience if you keep practicing, is complete integration, Kevalya Avastha, Asampragat Samadhi. There's another word I'm not familiar with it. I don't know the Sanskrit well enough, but I know the state. It's complete integration with here now. So that's most likely the practice for the person who asked the question. Next. I could feel the energy moving and magnetizing. I got glasses as I move my focus. I know you guys are saying, "Oh, just heal your eyes." They're as healed as they can be. I could feel the energy moving and magnetizing as I move my focus. I could feel it bathing the elements of my body in beautiful energy. It felt like I might not want to stop. Amazing, wonderful, thank you. Nice. It's similar to sex. It's sometimes like too much of a good thing. It's like, especially after ejaculation, especially for a guy, it's like, okay, stop, enough, like no more, stop. It's a similar thing for me, the energy. So that's why I only have to do 5 minutes of the 6-pointed star, meditation 6. I can stay longer, but it starts getting so good, it comes to fruition, and then I'll move you on to meditation 7. So you won't be stuck there, but enjoy it as much as you want. Eventually you'll feel like I did. When it came to me, the voice was like, do this. I'm like, okay. I was meditating for days and days and days, like just doing that pattern. And then all of a sudden, it changed its flow. I can encourage you, I shouldn't even say that really, because I want you to stay with that and not try to guess, what's the next flow. But let me just say it in the positive for what I would like you to do. Just stay for until I, teach meditation 7. Just stick with this one and let it get so good, especially with the sexual energy, that you kind of want to stop on your own, right? It's like, oh, that was enough. Thank you. I get it. It did what I had to do. So that's beautiful. I feel a bit of heaviness in my heart when I breathe. That's blockage, right? Yes. Yeah. You can learn a technique we teach in our hypnotherapy school. I don't know who everybody is here by just first name. If you've been through the training or not, honestly, just by first names. If you've been through our training, you know the focusing technique and a lot of other techniques to find that block and clear it. So instituteofhypnotherapy.com for those of you who might want to learn more about a career that clears these blocks. That's why I teach hypnotherapy the way I do. It's a career that clears those blocks, and you can learn to do that stuff in yourself. So that's, to me, if you just do Anahata meditation, knowing you have a block there, you'll clear all your blocks, depending on who you are and when you start, within 10 years. All right, if you've done tons of inner work already, I don't know, like 5 years or less of just doing meditation. But if you do a good hypnotherapy session with somebody who really knows this type of stuff, interpersonalhypnotherapy.com, interpersonal hypnotherapists are trained in this kind of stuff. I'm sorry about the word my, graduates of that institute, so whatever. They know how to clear those blocks in themselves or others. But yeah, if you're feeling discomfort, there's a block. Meditation will heal it eventually. Hypnotherapy can heal it in 2 hours. I can see a client. I can do Zoom sessions now. We've had to adapt to that with COVID, so that's what I've been doing with all my clients, and the sessions are just as good. I was concerned about it, but I'm not seeing any issue about doing sessions online. So I'm not always available, to see clients these days. I'm seeing some now, but our graduates definitely know how to clear those blocks. And again, they could be cleared in 2, and I'm not saying all your blocks are cleared in 2 hours, but one good session, that'll be gone. So yeah, that's what we do through interpersonal hypnotherapy and Anahata meditation. We heal. It's my book, The Sutras on Healing and Enlightenment. That book I wrote in the Himalayas. It's the essence of the healing side of this work, to literally perform miracles, to heal the physical body by being a healed healer, and healing your mind. And being an Arhat meditator is helping you to be a healed healer. Empowered with hypnotherapy, you're a healed healer who performs miracles, who makes really good money doing it, who helps a lot of people. That's the essence of this work. So I'm honored to share it. Thank you, everybody. All right, so that's the heaviness. My family are Levines, descendants of the Levites. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. I've only focused on the Kohanim branch, also priest. Nice, yeah. So this stuff isn't an accident. You know, there's so many things as I've unfolded me that I've learned about me that were just little hints, and you guys have that too. You know, the Jewish thing was my grandmother was always like, "You're a Jew," and I'm like, "No, I'm Buddhist, I'm Hindu, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, I'm Islam, I'm all of these." And so you have a Jewish soul. You know, I think she's right. You know, I say that lighthearted in some way, but this lineage thing is powerful. So honoring your ancestors, honoring the lineage, uh, you know, there's not an accident. There's energy moving through time through you. And then the other way, quantum physics is showing, and the future is creating the past, just as the past creating the future. It's this constant feedback loop. It's mind-boggling, but I think it's true. Okay. Thank you. Kindly incorporate that into my practice. My pleasure. All right. Any other sharing or questions that I think mission accomplished for today, at least part of the mission? And then next week, we'll review this whole thing again, most likely, and I'll give you the linear textbook kind of teachings about it, but I'm sure we'll let it be spirit inspired as well. All right. Thank you. Beautiful. All right. I'll stop recording then if there's any last questions you're sharing. I'm still here for you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night and journey.